everyone. Today we'll be discussing about the adding the methods within the classes. So the methods are said to be operating on its own and they are not said to be having multiple lives, or it doesn't have more life. Okay, it is said to be used for concerned purpose. Afterwards it may be either deleted or it may not be reused. It may be used sometimes, but it is of not so much use, and mainly it is declared after the variable declaration. In the beginning the variables are said to be declared, after that the methods are said to be declared, which are being used within the programmatic concept. An example is being given here. You can check out the example. You have a class. After the class you have the variables which are said to be declared, then you have the method. There are two types of methods. One is said to be get data, another one is rectangle area. So in the get data the variables are said to be declared, that is x and y, that is what length and width are being declared. Whereas in the rectangle area it is said to be calculating the area of the rectangle, nothing but length into width. It will be calculated, and the area it will be returned back to the main method where it is said to be called. Okay, like this way the methods are said to be declared. It may be having multiple methods within the class. Okay, and it may be called by the main method for the execution purpose. And the syntax mainly of the adding methods, remember the method consists of the syntax. For example, the type method name and its parameter list, it will be there, and the whatever body is there, it will be there in the method. Body is nothing but you are said to be doing calculation, you are said to be doing some of the work, you may be printing, that will be there in the methods. Okay, so the adding methods, another example is being considered. You can see it has a class. In that you have multiple methods and they are said to be accessing the variables. The variables may be of any type, many type, it will be there. Okay, it may be illegal or legal. The legal are said to be considered and the illegal ones are not said to be considered. Okay, that is said to be a adding methods. Within that you may be having the access, you may not be having the access. Those which are said to be declared are said to be having the access. Those which are not said to be declared, they don't have the access for the methods. Okay, there are various access modifiers within the program. Here you can check out the various access modifiers which are being present. Access modifiers are nothing but which will help you out in accessing the various methods within a class. Those methods which will help you out in accessing outside the assembly also. It's nothing but from one VB assembly to C# assembly, or C# to VB, or any other Perl or any other assemblies. You can access through the access modifiers. Here you can check out the various access modifiers are said to be present. The various access modifiers which are being given. You have the private, you have public, protected, internal and protected internal. Private is nothing but within the method or within the class you can access the data. Public, it is said to be accessed everywhere. Protected is nothing but I can make only protected for that class only, not outside the class. Internal is nothing but from one assembly to another assembly you can call and you can access the data. Internal assembly from one VB assembly to either C# assembly, like that assembly to assembly you can have access. Okay, whereas in the protected assembly is nothing but within the one assembly you are said to be accessing the data. That is said to be a protected internal. Okay, this is said to be your access modifiers. And another concept is that in the classes is nothing but you can create multiple objects within the class. Okay, those objects can, through those objects you can call other members which are there present. You can access the data, you can verify the data within the class. Okay, the objects are mainly created by using the keyword new. The objects are said to be called as the instances of the class. Nothing but instances, like a main person would be there. Under that person you have, you, for example, your grandparents, under that your parents, then under that you are said to be the instances. Like that in the program also the objects are said to be called as instances, which are said to be residents of the previous one. Okay, so it has, in the beginning when the objects are said to be declared, those are said to be having the value which is null. Afterwards when it is said to be accessed, then it will be accessed through the dot operator. Anywhere in the program you can access it through the help of a dot operator. How it is being created is either rectangle, rect one is the object which is being created. You are creating the react 1 is equal to new, an object is being created here. Or you have rectangle r1 is equal to new rectangle, your rectangle is your class, through that class you are accessing the method, no sorry, object, and that particular object you can place it into another object which is in the program, which is said to be declared. Okay, you can access multiple objects, you can from one object to another object you pass on the data, like that can be done in the object creation. It is nothing but it's the instance of the class, it is called as the object. Okay, and it is created through the new keyword and it is accessed through the dot operator. Okay, this is the concept of your like today's concept which you have learned. One is what is a class. In the class consists of methods, how the methods are said to be added and how they are said to be deleted, how you can access the elements within the method, that you have learned, and which are the access modifiers which are present in the class, outside the class which are the access modifiers present, and what and all are objects, and objects how they are created and how they are said to be used within the world, that you have dealt today. Okay, other session you'll be learning about in future the concept of objects and how they are used within the programmatic concept. You will be learning in the future session. Okay, thank you.